It's 2025. We've got lifelike avatars, PBR lighting that makes leather glisten, and the kind of visual fidelity that would make early Second Life cry in a corner. So why the hell are we still sitting on chairs with animations that look like they were motion captured by a drunk potato? I don't decorate that much, not because I don't want to, but because my inventory is basically a digital landfill. Every time I try to clean it, I end up buying more junk. It's a vicious, pixelated cycle. But do I buy furniture? Oh, absolutely, a lot of it, and I stick to a few trusted names. Fancy Decor, Applefall, Chez Moi, because I know what I'm getting, especially with Chez Moi and Applefall. When I want something PG and reliable, they deliver. But the rest, it's roulette, and most of the time, I lose. Because once you've seen what good animations can look like in Second Life, you can't unsee it. Suddenly, every awkward sit or weird fork stab animation makes you wonder, was this pose made in 2006 on a flip phone? And that's the thing. Second Life has evolved. We've got bento bones, 2 K-bomb textures, full-body AO systems, and now PBR. Our avatars are more detailed than ever. But the animations in furniture? Still stuck in the Stone Age. I've said it before. What's the point of dumping 50 bad poses into a chair when 3 great ones would do the job beautifully? Is it laziness, burnout, or just the curse of the shopping event grind? I had a tenant once, a creator, who told me flat out that event deadlines killed her creativity, and I believe it. Churning out decor to fit a theme every 3 weeks is a one-way ticket to creative burnout. But here's where things get interesting. Because there are creators who care. Creators who know that some of us don't just decorate to take pictures. We sit, we roleplay, we entertain. We use our damn furniture. Take Dutchie. I literally bought her kitchen just so I could argue with Thunder over breakfast. Because it's not just about the animations, it's about the experience. And then there's Aglaya, the avatar, the legend behind good moaning. Aglaya made me rethink everything I thought I knew about furniture animations in Second Life. She didn't just raise the bar, she threw it into orbit. Disclaimer, because apparently we need one. Yes, I'm going to name names. Some brands I will absolutely brag about. And no, they didn't ask me to. I wasn't gifted the item. I paid for it with my own lindens, because I don't preach what I don't actually use. If I mention a creator, it's because I genuinely love their work. I don't sugarcoat. I don't fake hype. And I don't owe anyone a shout-out. These are my opinions, shaped by years of decorating, deleting, and occasionally rage-quitting furniture that made me look like a glitchy noodle. Are there other amazing creators out there? Of course. If you know one I didn't mention, feel free to hype them up in the comments. Just don't come for me, because I didn't list your cousin's friend's gotcha booth from 2015. Let's keep it honest, fun, and immersive, just like Second Life should be. Why do some animations look like they were made during a lag spike? What actually makes an animation bad in Second Life? Well, if you've ever sat on a chair and your arm went rogue, flailing through your torso like you're in a bad sci-fi glitch, congrats, you've experienced the magic of a bad animation. If your avatar tries to drink wine but ends up deep-throating the glass like it's a sword-swallowing act, yes, also a bad animation. And if you're cuddling with someone and your arm casually clips through their chest like you're trying to reach their soul, that's not intimacy. That's a collision error. And yes, it usually takes 6 minutes of adjusting just to make it look remotely acceptable. We've got advanced avatars with dynamic lighting, but the phone you're holding looks like a plastic iPhone 3GS. Or worse, a BlackBerry. Do those even exist anymore? Who are we posing as? Time travelers? The problem is usually a combo of full perm animation packs tossed in for filler, because 100 animations sound better than 5 quality ones, apparently. No custom fit for the actual furniture or props. Zero testing. Because I refuse to believe that creators actually use the animations they sell. If they did, they'd realize they're selling yoga poses instead of typing animations. Do I dare mention facial animation, mostly in adult furniture? Some poses contort your mouth and eyes into expressions that scream either "help me" or "I'm stuck mid-sneeze." But it doesn't stop there. Sometimes the facial animations get so cursed that your eyeballs pop out of their sockets and start clipping through your eyelids like they're trying to escape. There are pieces of furniture that have literally broken our faces, like full reset required. Why is that still a thing? We've got tools, we've got rigging, we've got brilliant animators out there. So why are we still pretending that broken elbows and floating ankles are acceptable? Maybe it's time we start demanding more. Not just more animations, but better ones. Fewer, but functional, purposeful, immersive. Because if I buy a dining set, I want to eat at it, not sit there like a broken Barbie doll staring at my pixel salad. Why are props still ruining the moment? Because nothing shatters immersion faster than trying to enjoy a romantic dinner in Second Life and ending up with a fork embedded in your cheek. Seriously. Why are we still getting forks from 2008? Why are wine glasses the size of your avatar's head, like you're about to chug a medieval goblet of blood instead of a nice Pinot Noir? It's like some creators go, should I scale this to match the average avatar hand? Nope. Make it big enough to be visible from space. Props and animations are supposed to work together. The prop should follow the hand should look like it's actually holding the thing, and ideally, the animation should include actually using the prop, not just holding it like it's radioactive. This stuff matters. It's not just aesthetics, it's immersion. Bad props break the illusion. They turn a cozy dinner scene into a blooper reel. And honestly, we deserve better. There are creators in Second Life who understand that props and animations aren't just extras. They're essential for some of us. Brands like Tridenti, Cinci, Number 59, Hive, RN3, and Synergy consistently deliver accessories that make our avatars feel alive. Not stiff, not static, but alive. These creators add the kind of detail that transforms a scene from a photo op to a lived-in experience. Then there's Chick Chica. She mainly focuses on static props, which is honestly a bit of a loss, because she's proven she can do animated ones beautifully. But she's still the queen of realism. Her props look good. Like, scary good. She reminds us how much detail and care can go into a single object. You've also got brilliant animators, like Oh My, who don't just make animations. They make add-ons that elevate furniture. She released a pillow with just a few animations, but each one felt meaningful. Technically, you could strip the poses from an average couch, drop in Oh My's pillows, and end up with something actually worth using. She even made an animation set you can install on any balustrade or balcony, which is genius. Because houses in Second Life? Mostly static. Doors open, sometimes windows, but the rest? Dead space. Oh My brought those spaces to life. Duchy, of course, has always been the gold standard when it comes to immersive roleplay. Her furniture isn't just furniture, it's storytelling. Whether you're arguing in the kitchen, or lounging in a pool, or brushing your hair, She gives you ways to use your space instead of just standing around in it. And finally, we have Aglaya, the avatar behind Good Moaning. She delivers all of the above: flawless animations, immersive detail, and emotional nuance. Her work proves what's possible when creators care about how we experience Second Life, not just what it looks like in a vendor photo. She doesn't just raise the bar, she makes you wonder why the bar was ever set so low. It's 2025. We have mesh bodies with physics-enabled breast, dynamic lighting, and 2K textures. Can we maybe also have a coffee cup that doesn't glitch through our chin? Props and animations matter. They're not an afterthought. They're part of the experience. Are we still confusing quantity with quality? Because somewhere along the line, 50 animations became a marketing bragging point, as if throwing in 100 random poses makes your furniture better. It doesn't. I don't need 12 ways to sit with my legs sticking out like I'm trying to stretch my hamstring. I don't need to pretend to read a book if the animation looks like I'm trying to summon demons with it. And I definitely don't need to cycle through 47 useless animations just to find the one that sort of works. What I do need is 3 to 5 solid animations that are actually relevant to the item I just bought. If it's a desk, I expect typing and writing. If it's a dining table, I want to eat, drink, maybe lean over and have a conversation. If it's a couch, I want to lounge, not reenact the Macarena. There's this idea floating around that more equals better. No, more equals clutter, especially when none of the animations make sense for the context. Let me give you an actual example. I bought an office set. Looked amazing in the ad photo. But once I rezzed it and sat down, there was exactly one typing animation. Just one. And it was fine. A bit awkward, a little floaty. But the other 19 animations? It's giving. I bought this animation pack in bulk and never looked back. And honestly, I'm tired. Because I'm not just buying a mesh object. I'm buying an experience. I'm buying the fantasy of having a cozy office where I can sit, type, sip virtual coffee, and yell at virtual emails. Instead, I end up manually adjusting everything like I'm doing pixel-level surgery just to get one decent pose out of a supposedly fully animated chair. This isn't a call out to every creator. Some of you get it. You test, you curate, you focus on how furniture is used, not just how it looks in a vendor photo. And to you, bless you, I will throw my lindens at you every single time. But to the others? Maybe instead of tossing in 40 filler animations, you could use that time to make 5 good ones. Test them, adjust them. Pretend for 5 minutes that you're actually going to sit in that chair and work in it. Because people like me will. And if your animation makes me look like I'm fighting invisible bees, I'm going to remember that next time I see your booth at an event. Are we decorating just to stand around? Some people in Second Life decorate just to take pretty pictures. Others do it to impress their friends or rack up faves on Flickr. And that's fine. Second Life is a sandbox. Do what you want. But me? I use my furniture. I want to sit at my desk and look like I'm actually typing. I want to wash virtual dishes in my kitchen while chatting with my partner. I want to pretend I'm sipping wine while having deep, pixelated conversations about life, trauma, and what the hell happened to our hair bases. I want immersion. Because when I log into Second Life, I'm not here to just look at things. I'm here to live, even if it's all pixels and fantasy. And for people like me, every little detail matters. I don't want to stand in my house like a showroom mannequin. I want to be in it. Interact, role play, lounge, bicker with my partner and friends in the kitchen, Pretend I'm writing a novel in my virtual office even though I'm mostly procrastinating on YouTube. And I know I'm not alone. There are entire communities built around lifestyle RP. From suburban families to sultry BDSM sims to quiet countryside cafes. People want spaces that feel alive. They want animations that make sense. They want props that don't break the illusion. So when I find a creator who gets it, who understands that using furniture is just as important as seeing it, I become a loyal customer for life. That's why I will always talk about Dachi. I bought her kitchen because I knew I could stand in it with Thunder and pretend we were arguing over what to make for dinner. I bought it because it gave me something to do in our space, something to feel. It's the difference between a digital house that looks like a magazine and one that feels like home. So no, I don't want 300 poses. I want one perfect moment, one realistic animation that lets me lean over, pour a drink, and share a laugh. Is the constant grind killing creativity? Second Life used to be about creativity, about taking your time, building something weird, wonderful, or wildly specific, and then releasing it when you were happy with it. But now it's about deadlines, vendor ads, blogger packs, rinse and repeat. And somewhere in that relentless cycle of daily, weekly, monthly events and release calendars, the creativity gets choked out. I once had a creator as a tenant. She straight up told me that shopping events killed her creativity. Deadlines stressed her out. Themes boxed her in. She felt like she was making stuff just to fill a booth, not because she had anything to say. How many bathtub or beds can one person make before they start to question their will to log in? The pressure to constantly release something every month, sometimes several times in a month, means creators don't have time to test their animations, curate their poses, refine their props, or even ask, does this make sense? Because it's not about quality anymore. It's about survival. You want visibility? Better pay up for an event booth. You want traffic? Gotta churn out the 3 March round items before the April ones sneak up on you. And what gets sacrificed? Functionality, immersion, the little details that make a product worth buying in the first place. This is why we end up with chairs that have 50 animations and not a single one that lets you sit like a normal person. Or desks packed with animations so generic, the pose names are just Sit 1, F-Sit 15, or B01, like someone gave up halfway through organizing a spreadsheet. And look, I'm not blaming creators entirely. Some of them are under pressure to stay relevant, visible, and profitable. It's hard out there. But here's the problem. The customer feels it too. We feel the burnout. We see it in the rushed releases, the recycled animations, the half-finished ideas slapped with a price tag and tossed into another overcrowded shopping event. It's exhausting for us too, and it shows. Meanwhile, creators like Aglaya, she'd rather take months perfecting every animation than drop a hot mess just to fill a slot. Imagine if more creators had the freedom and the guts to do that, to step back. Slow down. Release something amazing instead of just something on time. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather wait 6 months for a chair that feels real than buy 6 chairs in 6 weeks that all make me look like I'm glitching through a yoga class taught by ghosts. Let's talk about Aglaya. She's the creator behind Good Moaning, a brand that, yes, is best known for its adult furniture. And no, I can't show you that side of her work for obvious YouTube reasons. But that's a shame, because the quality of her animations is surreal. And whether you're into the spicy stuff or not, the craftsmanship she brings is something every creator should be paying attention to. This is what happens when a creator actually cares. Ugly Eye didn't arrive on the grid as some 3D prodigy. She started like many of us, exploring, role-playing, just having fun. Back in 2010, it was the storytelling that pulled her in. The freedom to create moments, to live out characters, to play with identity and experience. When she came back in 2015, everything shifted. She didn't just want to be in stories, she wanted to build them. At first, it was small stuff. Scripting, full perm kits, a chess game that unexpectedly sold better than she thought. And then came the aha moment. She made her first custom animation and fell in love with the process. That little experiment turned into an obsession with movement, realism, and emotion. Now she works full-time on her store. And let me tell you, she doesn't just whip out products. An adult furniture piece takes her months to finish. Not because she's slow, but because she's thorough. Every animation is tested. Every interaction is considered. Every single motion is crafted with purpose. She told me she doesn't want to release too much, too fast. Why? Because she knows there's a risk in making too many animations. They start to look the same. She doesn't want that. None of us do. So she set her own standard. And it's working. She's not just creating furniture, she's creating experiences. Her furniture don't have 100 recycled animations. They have the right ones. They move with your avatar. They interact with the furniture and their props. And that's why she stands out. It's not just about polish. It's about care. She cares about how we use furniture. She cares about how it feels to be in Second Life, not just how it looks in a vendor photo. So yes, I recommend her constantly. And not just for the spicy stuff, though she's queen in that department. I recommend her because she reminds us what Second Life can be when creators take their time, trust their talent, and build with intention. She's not just throwing in recycled poses and calling it a day. She's raising the bar. If every creator took the time to craft just a few high-quality animations the way she does, we'd be living in a completely different Second Life. You know what would actually make sense in 2025? Real collaborations. Imagine a fancy decor chair with Oh My animations. Yes, please. Or a dining set that doesn't come with Lean 6 and Breathe Weirdly 12, but actual sit poses with props. Because hello, we have creators like Tridente, What Next, Junk Food, Luke Lucas, all making gorgeous food and drinks props. And maybe it's time animators like Aglaya consider putting out full perm animation packs for everyday furniture. Normal, immersive, high-quality animations you can drop into a stool, an armchair, a desk chair, each with movements that make sense. Because no, the same animation shouldn't go in every seat. A stool is not an armchair, a dining chair is not a CEO swivel throne, and your one animation pack from 2015, it's not timeless. It's tired. And no, we don't need 100 poses in a chair. We need 5 that don't make us look like malfunctioning mannequins. This isn't about perfection. It's about care, context, and creators thinking beyond the vendor photo. That's the future I want. And it's not even that futuristic. Should I even mention the neck-breaking epidemic with Second Life couple animations? I better not. Except, you don't see any of that with Aglaya's animations. Her angles are natural, balanced, graceful. There's no ow in her poses. And that makes a massive difference when you're trying to feel immersed, not dislocated. So, to all the furniture creators still tossing in broken animations and calling it a day, I see you. We all see you. But to the creators doing it right, who test, who care, who innovate, thank you. You make Second Life feel alive. You make our virtual spaces more than just pretty backdrops. You make them homes. And if you're watching this and thinking, wow, I've been sitting in the same bad chair for years, maybe it's time to clean out your inventory. Maybe it's time to stop accepting mediocrity. Maybe it's time to demand more than just a pretty mesh and a weird leg stretch. We deserve better. And the good news? Better exists. Her name is Aglaya. Her brand is Good Moaning. And if your adult furniture still uses stock animations from 2010, I have news for you. You're not doing adult content. You're doing archaeology. That's it for today's Rant with Love. If you liked this, hit the thing, do the thing. You know how this works. And if you didn't like it, I hope you stub your virtual toe on a broken sit target. This has been Pris, fighting pixel crimes one animation at a time. Stay sassy, stay seated properly, and for the love of immersion, let's keep forks where they belong. In your hand, not your cheek.